Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Nerd Doctor, here to diagnose what's wrong with your RPG game and here to help you fix it. So today I'm going to be going over DC20 Forge's DM Screen. Now this is a customizable DM screen, so this does not necessarily have to be used for DC20, and ultimately it could be used for something else. You can create your own custom widgets where you put the conditions or some of the special rules from another system in here. If you wanted to do that, it could be something to do if you like using a digital companion rather than a full-on DM screen. It's just an option, but some of the other things that are scene or rather system agnostic is you can use the systems, you can create scenes and adventures that are not inherently necessarily DC20, and you can do that and you can run these scenes throughout your sessions. You can list NPCs that are going to be important for that session. You can import them from your world builder if you built certain NPCs as a part of your world. You can come into encounters and you can run an encounter. If only thing you need is HP and initiative tracker, then there you go. You can literally just use it for that. You can create layer actions, everything you need from there. Again, it's not going to be perfect one-to-one to any other system, but I'm just saying you could use it for other stuff. But let's just go through some of the stuff that you will find that is already pre-made for DC20 Forge and for DC20 users. Now, I will say there's a caveat to this. The big thing right now is that you do need the Forge Master Tier subscription in order to use the DM screen. However, what's soon going to be created, if it hasn't by the time you watch this video, is I will be creating a modified version of the DM screen. What I mean by this, excuse me, is that you will be able to use this if you purchase the module. So if you purchase a module from the store and you want to run the scenes from the DM screen builder, you can come in here and you run them. You can't make custom scenes or anything like that, but you can come in here and you can use the scenes that are pre-made and pre-built for the modules. I have also upgraded the modules so that you can use the encounters system as well. So I have also upgraded the modules so that if you come into the encounters, if you have purchased the Escape from the Mythal Mines, you can run that encounter and load it right then and there. You'll even be able to add your PCs to the encounter so that you can use it for that session. Just a little sneak peek there. You'll also be able to use the NPCs, so if you just want to pre-type some of the ones that are from the scenes in there, just for an easy access, you will be able to preview those as well. But let's go over some of the quick widgets that are already in here. So right now you can quickly access the DC20 rules. You can look up anything you need here. I will constantly be improving the search engine so it works better. But any of the resource books you have, you can search right in there. Then let's go and just expand some of these. So quick rules, these are just the actions. Click them and you'll be able to see exactly what they do. Now, all the character sheets, when you click on the actions, you will be able to see and read them. But if you have a player who's using a paper character sheet, then you may not see that. You can also access the types of damage in here if it's needed. Having said that, let's get over to monster rolls. So this is just a quick reference. Like you may not need this, but if you're someone who wants to understand more about the different roles that monsters can take in a combat, you can come here and quickly read about their strengths and weaknesses. Calendar. So in the campaign builder, in the world builder, you can create a calendar. If you are needing to track days throughout your campaign, you can come in here and do that, and it will, if you will connect it to a campaign. This is connected to my Adventures of Pangea campaign. So if dates are important, if celestial events are important, you'll have that calendar right there. DC checks and again, this is more for people who are new to the game. If you're new to running DM, this is a quick reference guide to what a DC means and how hard it is, the degrees of success and what they can mean. The common DCs you may use for different things, and what a nat 1 versus a nat 20 does. Then we have our visions and light. So what is normal vision versus dark vision, devil sight, blind sight, tremor sense, and true sight? All those references right there. Light levels, what you see in bright light, dim light, darkness, and magical darkness. So all of those. And then we have cover and just the effects that it has. You will see this in 2 different places, but you can cover full cover, 3/4 cover, 1/4 cover, how they affect rolls, attacks. Then we have rest. Now again, on the character sheet, you will be able to click the rest button and be able to read this. So this again may not be much use for a DM, but if you ever need a reference what each of them do, they're right there. Then we have our environment, just some quick rules about difficult terrain, hazardous terrain, and how those work. Again, a quick other reference to lighting and obscurity, versus heavily obscured. Cover is referenced again, and then what some different hazards may lead to, and then different PD and health points for different objects. Then we have, this is one of our most important widgets, I think. This is the creatures in combat from this is all of the rules from the actual section in the rule book. A lot of different situations when it comes to creature sizes, moving and grappling creatures, what grappled means, moving through creature areas, what happens with collision, falling, throwing, improvised weapons, unarmed strikes, natural weapons. I can go on. But obviously this covers all the situational rules that you may see in combat and with creatures. Then we have our random generators. I have upgraded this a few different ways, so now we can look at different ways that you can do NPC names, you can do tavern events, weather, travel complications, loot, quest seeds, rumors and secrets. Just a random generator in a moment where you may need one. Save encounters, again, this may need something that you need on this page. The encounter will run on every page of the DM sheet so that you have that if you ever need to move in between these two pages. Then we have the Oracle. This is inspired by the DM-less RPG, the Mythical GM emulator. And so this just, if you ever need to run a DM-less game, if you ever need to come up with a plot twist or anything, or you as a DM just want to leave something up to fate, this might be something that you use. And then we have our conditions, which again, if you are running in the character sheet, you will have access as a character to be able to read this, but this might be important for you to know. And also I've gone through and really highlighted the situations of all the conditions in a lot of different areas, all the way from I think the encounter's still running, yep, here we go. So you can come down to these character sheets and you can find different conditions and you can go over and highlight it. So another widget that you may not necessarily need in the moment, but it's there for use if you need to, if you know if it's stackable or not stackable, it's right there. Lore legend is really important as far as I'm concerned. If you're someone who needs to look up lore about your world, you can come in here, you can search, you can go at the history, you can go to the different regions and just click and look at that area, see if there's something that you need to look up for your people that is important. And then we have our shop generator. So if you want to randomly generate magic items or just things that you might find at the shop along with their costs and the stock, it'll randomly do that for you. And this will ever get improved as we have more and more items that come out with DC20. All right, and then the last thing is players. So if you have players who are connected to your campaign, right here at the top, you can come up here and choose which campaign you are running, and it'll show you your players, and you can go through and you can look at their character sheet, their stats, their spells, their features, their maneuvers. If they don't know what they mean, you can come and look them up and do all that. So that's some of the important stuff that you might be able to do to explain something. So instead of looking it up from the rule book, you can come in and you can just look it up on their character sheet and defer and do a rules lawyer situation. And that's most of it. Last thing is we have this start recording. This, if you are trying to record a session with a mic, you can record it and it'll automatically upload to your campaigns page for transcription and all that. Over here we have our party chat function. So if you need to talk to your group, send a message to your group. If you need to talk to players individually, this will show up on their character sheets as well, and you can message through there to have secret conversations or group conversations while in game. Of course, wouldn't be complete without a dice roller, in which case you can run that there. And then again, I've already kind of went through this, but the scenes of the modules you use, whether you create them or ones you bought, important NPCs, encounters, modules, everything you need. So that is a quick and fast and dirty run through of the DM screen. So I hope this inspires some people to check it out and see more about how these features work. As I mentioned, this is connected to the campaign page. It is connected to the world builder, so it makes some convenient ways for you to use this for your adventures as you're running. The purpose of the DM screen is that you as the DM never have to leave this page while you're running your game for convenience. And so if there's anything that you would like to see in terms of features, please leave a comment below. But let me know how what you think of this and if this stacks up. But Thanks again for listening, guys. Really appreciate it. And stay clever and play smarter.